Hi, everybody. It's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for December 22nd through December 28th. And I'm recording this on the winter solstice. It's only a few hours away, 11:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the exact time that the sun will move to 0° Capricorn, and it will be officially winter or summer solstice, depending on where you are. It's winter here. It's freezing. And freezing, I mean, it's probably above actual freezing, but I don't like cold. So I got a couple of new decks, and I'm going to try something different with you guys tonight for the solstice and for the week. We have a busy week ahead with the holiday season. Today is the first official day of Yule, and it marks the 12 days of Christmas. The 12 days of Yule starts today. And then we have, of course, Christmas Eve, Christmas, Kwanzaa, and I don't want to forget, I bet you there's a bunch of you lighting the menorahs tonight. It is Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Yuletide blessings, Happy Saturnalia, whatever it is you celebrate. And then, of course, we will be coming into New Year's Eve. Also this week, we have a new moon on December 25th or 26th, depending on where you are. Here on the east coast of the United States, it will be at 9:29, I believe. You'll have to check my blog. p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Some of you, it will be happening the day after Christmas, depending on where you are in the world. But we also have the annular solar eclipse on that same day. So if you are in Eastern Standard Time, my friends in Ontario and Toronto, you share that same time zone with me, the whole east coast of the United States. We're having the solar eclipse on Christmas Day. So it's really special. The sun will be at 4 degrees. That's been a theme, the 4. It's about harmony and balance and finding your place of belonging, but it's in Capricorn, which is steadfastness, nose to the grindstone, getting things done, making decisions, executing them, like carrying them out, executing, not Aquarius execution. So the energy is going to be extremely volatile in the sense of it's the holidays. A lot of people don't really like the holidays. I really don't, because it's just too much energy going on. I love winter solstice because I get to exhale and calm down. And as soon as I'm finished recording this video, I'm going to go out and light my Yule log with my neighbors. So I'm excited. So let's go on to the reading so that I can get out there and light my Yule log, because I celebrate Yule. My family, half my family's from Germany, so that's where those origins come from. I light candles all over. I have tons of beautiful sparkly lights all over, because winter solstice is about the return of the light. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the return of the darkness. Your summer is beginning. Your days will start to get shorter. Here in the northern hemisphere, the days get longer, and I welcome it. So today is the first day of winter officially here. Down under, it's summer, and I'm already over winter. Isn't that terrible? And it just started, and it hasn't even been that cold. And I don't really get a lot of snow here, if any. So I guess I'm spoiled, but I don't like the cold. The new decks I got, I haven't opened this yet. It is the astrology reading cards. I think we'll find these to be, you can see all my sparkly lights reflecting in the box. So that's how I'm lighting this, just with the lights. So this will probably be good for our readings. I'm going to use this for the annual reading that I'm getting ready to do. And I think I may use them for my Jupiter in Capricorn. The blog has been written for about a month now, and I haven't recorded the video I already channeled the information. I just have to make that video. And then the other deck I got, it is Black Moon astrology cards. So this is another deck. I think these are going to be really great, especially when I'm doing your readings personally. The deck I'm using tonight, and we're going to play a little game. This is Karma cards. I don't know if you could see that because of all my lights, but they look pretty cool. Karma cards, and they are by Monty Farber. And I got all three of these decks for about $40 on Amazon. So that was pretty good, and they look really interesting. So with these Karma cards, there's 3 different mini decks within the box. It's a pretty nice box. And you have to ask yourself a question. So I want you all to take 3 deep breaths and think about what it is that you want to know in the coming week. You're making like a wish or a blessing for winter solstice, for your holiday that you celebrate, whatever it is. Could be for the new year. We're going to play this little game. And the answers that I'm going to pick, I haven't picked the cards yet, they'll be the answers to your question. So let's just take a little pause. I'm going to think of a question myself. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. Okay, I have my question. I know what I want to ask for this coming year. Now, these little mini decks are divided up into, there's 36 cards here, planets, signs, and houses. So I'm going to shuffle this, and then I'm going to pick one card from each of these mini decks. See what stands out. Okay, so I have that. That's for the planets. You notice I didn't pick a crystal card this week. I don't even know where that deck is. Well, I picked 3 crystal cards earlier this morning. So we can maybe look at that. Okay. This is for the houses. And then I need the signs. Okay. That looks good. And I'm looking at the backs of the cards. All right, so I haven't even read the book yet. I read the first beginning of the pages. The guy, Monty Farber, calls himself a celestial mechanic. He says that he's a celestial mechanic that has been inspired by Charles Darwin and Edgar Cayce. If you don't know who Edgar Cayce is, he was a crazy, phenomenal channeler, medium, psychic, who was born in 1877. He died in 1945, and he channeled information about Atlantis and a bunch of other things. So if you're interested in that, look him up. It's Edgar Cayce, Cayce. Really, really great. Tons of great books. A lot of good online stuff. All right. Do you have your question? I think I have to pull. Okay, so like I said, I didn't read too much So the sign that is coming up, it's Cancer. So that would immediately, oh, let me show it to you. So it's the Cancer card, Cancer the crab. That immediately speaks to me about the North Node. So the North Node is in Cancer. The sun is getting ready to move into Capricorn, along with all those other planets that are there. You know, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, Mercury, I believe, is in Capricorn. So there's this huge stellium or cluster of planets right now in Capricorn. Capricorn is industrious, steadfastness, rules governments, banking, big business, hierarchies like top-down management, top-down hierarchies like kings, presidents, on down through the human food chain. And the North Node, which is like where we're pointing to, where we aspire to be, is in Cancer, the opposite sign. Cancer is all about the home. It's about nurturing. It's about taking care of your family. And Capricorn is the total opposite. Capricorn is the breadwinner, the one that's always out working, nose to the grindstone. So we have this tug of war going on between our home and work life balance, and the universe is always wanting to point to wherever the North Node is. North Node will remain in Cancer until May 5th of 2020. The solar eclipse on the new moon on December 25th and 26th, it's like shining the light in addition to Jupiter. I think Jupiter will also be at 4 degrees at that time. Shining the light in that area of Capricorn. And I think it's like to break up that energy, force us all into a better work-life balance, and to take care of things that are more important, such as your friends and your family and yourself. So that's just a little off on my tangent. So let's see, your question, think about your question. Here are part of the answers. From a spiritual front, from a spiritual front, the answer to your question involves your feelings, attitudes from the past. I don't think I'm reading these correctly. I'm sorry. So I think I have to read them across. All right. So there's 3 sets of answers. Oh, wow. The other cards that came out, the North Node. Oh my gosh. So I didn't even see this. How about that? Cancer and the North Node came up. And then the other card is the 3rd house, which is communications. And I apologize for my nails. I've been working on replacing the gaskets in my wood-burning stove and cleaning the chimney out, and I'm a mess. I had soot all over me. So I apologize. I forgot to do them. So this is really, really cool. I know you all think I'm crazy because I'm just flitting back and forth. You have to understand I'm a Gemini, so I have a hard time focusing. I believe the new moon and the solar eclipse are going to be in the 3rd house. I have to look that up and see where that is. It's like the 3rd or the 4th house, depending on what system you're using. So we're going to go back to your question. Think about your question. So from a spiritual perspective, your answer is your feelings, having faith in something, and by making the right connections. Okay? Now, from a mental point of view, it's attitudes from the past about things that you're worrying about, and the idea in question. So I know that sounds really confusing, because that just confused the hell out of me. But it is about communication. The North Node is speaking about there will be success from and benefit from you not worrying about things. And then the Cancer card says, this is intuition to protect. Attitudes from the past about the things that you're questioning, resulting from the history of the things that you are questioning. All right, now from a physical standpoint, where you need to take action, you have to use your intuition. Well, I didn't want to. Okay, so I'm thinking about my question. My question has to do with, when the hell am I going to get a man? And I've been wondering this for a really long time. Like, where is he? I'm ready. Okay, so it says it has to do with my feelings. I have to have faith in, I guess, the divine, the universe. And I have to make the right connections. Well, duh. So how can you apply that to your question? And then it has to do with what's holding me back. Attitudes about my past. Totally get that. Do not worry about blank, stupid things. And the idea in question. Okay, I can see how that fits in. And then it says, use my own intuition. All right. Now is the time to act and get your ideas going. So think about your question that you just were asking. It's saying, use your intuition. Now is the time to act. Get your ideas going. So, and you also have to think about the attitudes that you have from the past that are holding you back, things that you worry about that are holding you back, and then just the idea of the question that you're asking sometimes will put you in a fear mode. It's like you want this thing, you want to know what this thing is, but there's a part of you that just thinking about it kind of like, okay. And then I want you to go in, think about what your feelings are on this question that you're asking. Have faith that the universe is going to deliver it when it is right. And you also have to, your wish or your question will be answered when you make the right connections. So those are your cards. It's the Cancer card, the North Node card, and the third house communications card. Also, too, now that I'm thinking about it, the communications card, your question that you're asking yourself. And if you want to share your question, I could maybe help decipher this. Like I said, I just opened this box. I haven't even read the guidebook fully on how to utilize these cards, other than the fact that there are 3 separate little decks and you have to read them from a spiritual, mental, and physical level. So, maybe I could help you out, but I think these are going to be fun to do for a little while, and then we'll take a look at these other decks. And like I said, this is the Karma deck by Monty Farber, if you want to check those out. Anyway, think about your questions, apply this. You may have to rewind so that you can see what they are. But I think I will post these all together on Monday so that we can play that game again. And I'll post them all in one shot, and we'll take a deeper dive, because then I'll have time to have read that. Now I'm going to go out and I'm going to light my Yule log outside, and I'm going to put some wishes and blessings out to the universe for all of you. I promise, because I do know who all of you are. I respond to all of you. I do think about all of you. If I don't hear from some of you commenting on my posts, I actually worry about you. And I know that I don't know the majority of you in person, but I do actually care about all of you. Um, and, you know, you'll know because when I don't hear from somebody for a while and then I see them, or see a comment from them, I get so excited and I do let them know. And there are some people that I haven't heard from for a while, and I still think of all of them. I do, all of the time, especially when I'm pulling certain cards. They'll pop into my memory, and if I've done a reading for you, you're always connected to me, unless I have to cut you off, which I haven't luckily had to do, except for one person. um but then you're gone, you're out of my aura. But once I do a reading for you, we are connected. So don't be surprised if every once in a while, like, I might say, hey, how you doing? I have like a funny feeling about you. My guides told me to check in on you, and I do that, and there'll be some of you will even attest to that. And it's because I do truly care about each and every one of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for all of you. So I'm eternally grateful all of the time, because I love doing this and I love the conversations that we have. And if it wasn't for all of you, I wouldn't be sitting here. So thank you. Peace and blessings, gratitude, happy Yule, winter solstice blessings. And until next time, bye.